question might qualify as one of the Chrysler Corporation's better-kept secrets. It's imported by Chrysler from Japan's Mitsubishi Motor Corporation, who currently provide all of Chrysler's imported models. Mitsubishi will soon have its own dealer network. One reason behind that is that they feel their cars don't get the same promotional attention given to Chrysler's homemade products. A case in point, the Dodge Challenger Sports Coupe. Since you may not have heard much about this car, we're putting it on display in our first road test.
The Dodge Challenger and its look-alike sister, the Plymouth Sapporo, are luxury-oriented, compact-sized sports coupes intended for driving fun. Base price at $8,200, our Black Beauty arrived with a sticker of $9,600. This front-engine, rear-drive slicker also carries an EPA fuel economy rating of 24 city and 34 highway. During its stay with us, despite faster than casual driving, a dependable 24 mpg was recorded. If mileage sounds a bit disappointing, it's probably because this car was meant for going. Our testing crew managed a 40 to 55 mile-per-hour passing sprint of just 4.6 seconds, a very good showing for this heavy 2,800-pound two-door. The strong 2.6-liter inline-4 power plant also gave a good showing in our 500-foot dash. Time, 9.8 seconds, but the 5-speed gearing only allowed 58 miles per hour. That seems to indicate that most of the Challenger's power lies in the bottom end. For further proof, at the end of our quarter-mile test, an only average 18.2 seconds had elapsed, and speed climbed to only 75. These aren't bad results, it's just that your initial impression is more favorable. The other half of any sporty car equation is how well it handles. Through our low-speed slalom course, we found soft springs and quite a bit of body roll. The steering is a slow, over-boosted ball type, with not nearly the precision you'd expect in this type of car. That gutsy engine, however, made exit speeds high and kept most of the fun intact. It's much the same story in an emergency lane-changing procedure. You can do it quickly, but a light rear end and a solid rear axle mean less than optimum control. Braking performance, however, was back on the plus side. From 30 miles per hour, stops averaged 34 feet. That is considered short. There was no fade, no pull, just a solid feel. At 55, brevity continued. An average of 115 feet was recorded over 6 stops. Most impressive. However, the front disc always locked before the rear drums. In addition, the lightness of the rear end, a trait of many coupes, did mean that at higher speeds you might encounter some tail spin. But overall, the Dodge Challenger has very fine brakes. Turning circle measured 35 feet. That's considered an average showing for compact-sized cars, and about what we expected. Let's step back and take a slower look. When the Dodge Challenger was redesigned in 1981, Mitsubishi chose to keep much of the former styling. It's always been considered clean and crisp, and more attractive than most notchbacks. It's really Mitsubishi's offering to the Mustang Camaro crowd, and like those domestic cars, it features a long, low, and flowing hood. Under that heavy bonnet is the power plant we've spoken so much about, the Mitsubishi Silent Shaft 4, so called because a special balancing system ensures that normal 4-cylinder vibrations are kept to an unnoticeable minimum. Because of its conventional rear-drive layout, engine accessibility is outstanding. You can actually change the oil filter from up top. Space in the trunk is also above average for this class of car. With the temporary spare tire housed under a mat, a long, wide, if shallow floor is maintained. The high sill was a bother, but all 4 pieces of our standard luggage set did manage to fit without a squeeze. As for the driver, and up to 3 navigators, the Challenger is surprisingly roomy. Seats are comfortable if thinly padded. In addition, there's enough head and leg room to let 2 full-grown adults sit comfortably in the rear. The dash design isn't particularly original, but visibility of the instruments, and they were all there, was excellent. However, the price you pay for this clarity is a steering wheel with spokes at the 5 and 7 o'clock positions. It feels a bit unnatural. But I must say that I like driving the Challenger. Despite any shortcomings in our handling tests, the car made a very good accounting of itself on the open road. It was quiet, with a sound level reading of only 67 decibels at 55, and very comfortable. Visibility was better than most notchback coupes, and the car was just plain fun to sling around country roads. You might say there are a lot of little bits of magic in this car. It has very good power, can be practical for a family, handles very well for most normal driving, and stops on a yen. Since more and more manufacturers are pushing performance in their cars, I have the feeling that the folks at Chrysler will soon begin to pay more attention to promoting the Dodge Challenger, because, for the money, it should be one of the worst-kept sporting secrets traveling around.